Things are really heating up out there on the campaign trail, huh?
Yeah, no kidding. It's getting down to the wire and things are getting kind of wild.
It's always a show, right? But this time, it feels different, even with a candidate known for, well, being unpredictable.
You're talking about Trump, right?
Exactly. We're diving into some of his recent rallies, specifically one in Pennsylvania that's got everyone talking, and not necessarily in a good way. We've got reports, we've got commentary. It's all pretty, eyebrow-raising. Our mission today is to figure out what's going on. Is this just Trump being Trump, or something else going on?
It's like everyone's waiting for the next crazy thing he'll say, and this Pennsylvania rally was a doozy.
So, lay it on us what went down in Pennsylvania.
Picture this: Trump's in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, the hometown of golf legend Arnold Palmer. You'd think, okay, maybe a nice tribute, right?
Yeah, little hometown hero shout out.
Instead, Trump goes on this 10-minute tangent about Arnold Palmer showering with other golfers.
He did not. Okay, hold on. We've all heard Trump go off script before, but showering stories, what was he even trying to say?
That's the thing. It was all very vivid and honestly kind of inappropriate. People were not expecting that, especially in that setting. I mean, you have to think about the context here, right? We're talking about Arnold Palmer, a beloved figure, a legend, and Trump decides to share locker room talk. Not cool.
No, not cool at all. And this wasn't just a little slip-up, right? You said 10 minutes. Did anyone there try to steer him back on course?
It's Trump. I'm not sure anyone tries to steer him anywhere, haha. But yeah, it went on for a while, and people definitely noticed, especially political commentators. There was a lot of talk about how disrespectful it was, especially given how much people respected Palmer. It's a side of Trump we've seen before, but this time it felt, amplified somehow.
Amplified, yeah. And, it's like this Pennsylvania rally is part of a pattern, right? Remember that town hall where he just, out of nowhere, started dancing to music for half an hour? What is that about?
Exactly. And that's what I mean about it feeling amplified. The off-script moments, the tangents, they're happening more and more. It's like he's almost leaning into this unpredictable persona even more as we get closer to the election.
Almost like he's embracing the chaos. So, okay, we have the Arnold Palmer story, which is, something else. What about the actual political stuff? Did he talk any policy at all?
He did eventually move on to some political topics, though not without some jabs, especially at Kamala Harris. He brought up her stance on fracking, which is a big deal in Pennsylvania, especially for certain voters.
Playing to the crowd a little, even if it's misleading.
Yeah, you could say that. He basically said she'd ban fracking, which she clarified ages ago, back in the 2020 primaries. But again, it fits that pattern we're talking about, using information, or misinformation in this case, strategically.
So we've got the strange anecdotes, the attacks, and all of this is going down against the backdrop of a super tight election. Every rally, every word is being scrutinized. What's the takeaway here? Is there a method to this madness? Or are we seeing someone just totally lose it as the pressure builds?
It's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Is it a calculated strategy or is it genuine impulsivity? And if it's the latter, what does that say to voters, especially those who value a more traditional approach?
Right. Because ultimately, it all comes down to the voters. Do these moments, the off-the-cuff remarks, the personal stories, do they actually sway people one way or another? It's something for all of us to think about as we head into these final, and let's face it, totally unpredictable election weeks.